First tonight, a strategic meeting in the heart of London with possible political ramifications amidst the permutations ahead of Nigeria's presidential election. Presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has met with Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike in London. People's Democratic Party governors present during the meeting include Samuel Otom of Benue State, Adamu Fintiri of Adamawa State, Okeze Ekpazu of Abia, and Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State. The meeting is said to be part of efforts by Atiku to woo Wike ahead of the 2023 presidential election. Well, Wike has been at loggerheads with Atiku ever since the PDP candidate declined to pick him as his running mate for the 2023 election, and instead named Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State. While the Rivers governor had earlier contested the presidential ticket of the party and lost to Atiku.
Well, for more on these developments, let's bring in Atiku Abubakar's spokesman and media advisor, Paul Ibe. Good evening. Thank you so much for being on the news tonight with us.
Hi, good evening. Nice to have you.
Joining us, yeah.
What can you tell us about that meeting that has been reported that has held between the presidential candidate, your principal, and the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike? What more can you tell us? What happened? Where did it hold?
Thank you very much. You may recall that at the end of the opening, the plenary session of the Nigerian Bar Association, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar left, for Europe, on business meetings, and that was on Monday night, and here we are on Thursday. The last time I tracked, you could see the picture and the Governor Wike and Atiku all smiles. The last time I tracked them, they were having dinner.
Right.
And I believe, as we talk now, they're having, the discussions. It's a follow-up to the meeting that Atiku and Wike had, His Excellency Governor Wike had, and also a series of other meetings, aimed at, trashing out whatever may be the fallout, the issues that were fallouts, from the nomination process of the party.
Right. You know what they say in this part of the world, when two people go into a room, have a meeting, when they come out smiling, maybe they have both deceived each other. But when they come out, with frowns and anger, somebody is telling the other the truth. But why has the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, left it till now to have that meeting with Nyesom Wike, just 2 days after Wike had a similar meeting with the presidential candidate of the ruling APC? It's like he's left it, too late.
It's better late than the late,
right,
like they say. And I think it's a mere coincidence that there were other meetings. Of course, there are parties and individuals who are going shopping, trying to reap where they didn't sow. And some had sowed yam and hoping to reap corn, is it agbado, like they say in the local parlance. But you can only reap what you had sowed. You can't sow cassava and expect to reap, cocoa yam. And the election of the 2023 will be perhaps the most consequential election in our nation's democratic journey. It's about Nigerians, and make no mistake about it, it's not about Atiku Abubakar or even the PDP. It's about the future of the people, of this country. And so there are those who want to ensure that the PDP, which represents the most viable, alternative, pathway to running a government that will be inclusive, a government that would, fix the mess that has been made of the last 7 years. And so there are those who are interested in ensuring that, the status quo, which means that there will be no peace, there will be rancor in the PDP. And that's why you see all of
Yeah, but like they say, if there are no cracks within the walls of the PDP, would any outsiders actually have that kind of inroad? Are you concerned in the Atiku camp about these meetings between Nyesom Wike, a very, very respected member of the PDP, having several meetings, not just with Tinubu himself, but a lot of, APC members? Aren't you concerned?
Well, building unity is at the heart of constructive politics. And, earlier you said, Atiku had left it too late. No. A lot of work has been going on, not in the media. And what you see in the media, it's a deliberate, strategy, of the opposition party that knows clearly that this election will be a referendum of the failed policies of the party that has left Nigerians poorer, left them more divided, left the country, the socio-economic and political fabric of the country broken and needing a fixing. They know that clearly. And so because of that, they are going shopping, creating crises here and there. So
you do agree that Governor Wike is being shopped? Is that what you're saying? Because you've said this is the second time you're saying people are going shopping. We've seen him having meetings not only with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we've seen him meeting with the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi. He's had meetings with other people. How is your principal receiving these meetings that Wike is having? I'm talking about Atiku Abubakar himself.
His Excellency Atiku Abubakar recognizes that every member of the PDP is consequential. Be it whether they are governors, whether they are senators, whether they are ordinary members of the party. You need the totality of the membership of your party, standing strong and united, going into, like what I said, the most consequential election in a democratic journey. So Atiku Abubakar does not, think that Governor Wike or any other member of the party is of no importance. But they are all consequential.
Do you think with this meeting, the dust will settle? I also want you to add this to that. If eventually Governor Wike decides to work for example, Bola Tinubu, is it not making a case for ethnic politics? And he's not alone. We see the governors from the PDP that are with him, the likes of Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State. We're seeing Governor Okezie Ikpeazu as well, also from the south. We've seen former Governor Ayodele Fayose go with the Wike camp. Isn't that saying something to Atiku Abubakar to say, we maintain that the presidency or the candidature should have gone to the south? Let
me tell you what Atiku Abubakar represents. Atiku Abubakar represents the essence of what, the Nigerian of our dream, what we're aspiring towards, against the backdrop of the divisions of the last 7 years, against a broken system. Atiku Abubakar is neither south nor west, east, neither Muslim or Christian. Atiku Abubakar represents the Nigerian dream. That's what it represents.
What exactly is that Nigerian dream?
The Nigerian dream
is another forum where we try to define exactly what this Nigerian dream is. The Nigerian dream
is a dream of a country where everybody will find accommodation, irrespective of your tribe or your tongue, where you will matter, no matter where you're coming from. That's our dream. And that's the only way that we can, we can bring out the best in all of us. Okay. And that's what it represents.
All right. We have heard every now and again that the Wike camp is insisting if there's going to be any progress or any rapprochement between himself and the candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, that the present chairman of the party, the person of Iyorchia Ayu, who comes from the north-central part of the country, should step down. The BOT chairman, Walid Jibrin, said only recently that, yes, it is unfair for all the key, top leaders of the PDP to come from the north, and it is lopsided.
Well, you and I know
is Atiku really making any moves to, bring about that sense of fairness and oneness for every member of the party?
We need to know where we're coming from and why we're where we are today. The chairmanship of the party was zoned to the north before Ayu was secondus. It was from the south. And having zoned the ticket to having zoned the party chairmanship to the north, Ayu emerged. And then there was an election. The primary election that was thrown open. You could have gone either way.
Yeah, we know about all of that.
Yeah,
but
so that's
there are talks that Ayu is like that they are shopping for a southern chairman already. Is that in the works?
I'm not a member of the NWC.
Okay.
And I'm a member of the BOT
Right.
of the party.
Fair enough.
But what I know for a fact of what has been said is that it is a wrong strategy to change the chairmanship, the chairman of your party in the middle of a of a major election. I mean, that will have consequences.
Let's talk about the statement you just released tonight about party members and stalwarts being careful of the sort of statements they make. Is Atiku Abubakar worried about those around him? Because we did hear Governor Wike speak 2 weeks ago or last week that those around Atiku Abubakar will put him in trouble when we saw the emergence of a court case, a supposed court case that he had instituted. He said it was not him, and it was those around Atiku Abubakar who did that. And now we see a statement from the candidate. Is there cause for alarm here?
There is no cause for alarm. I mean, it's even ludicrous for anybody to assume that people around Atiku Abubakar will institute a case against, His Excellency Governor Wike. I mean, I told you about that. I mean, the fifth columnist and people who are trying to harvest Agbado when they have sowed,
Well, speaking of Agbado, very quickly in 30 seconds, I mean, Tinubu had a meeting with former President Olusegun Obasanjo recently in his Abeokuta home. And now you have Olusegun Obasanjo also involved in this meeting with Wike and the rest of them in London. There seems to be an Obasanjo factor going on here. And we do know the kind of stance that Obasanjo has, made concerning Atiku, even in the recent past. What exactly is playing out with Obasanjo in these meetings?
As a former president and a statesman, Obasanjo is very accessible. And, that's why you see, leaders from, different parts of the country, going to visit him. The Obasanjo library, presidential library, has become a mecca of sorts.
Are there concerns that this meeting may have anything to do with the recent, face-to-face between Obasanjo and Tinubu?
You have also forgotten that at some point, not too long ago, Atiku Abubakar met with Obasanjo. I mean, his former boss. He was in Ogun State and said to, pay him a courtesy visit. Right. There's no cause for alarm.
But Obasanjo did not make any clear, declaration or endorsement of Atiku. But we'll have to leave it there. Paul Ibe, thank you very much.
He hasn't endorsed anybody the last time I checked.
Great, fair enough.
Thank you very much. Atiku Abubakar spokesperson there, Paul Ibe. Thank you so much for being on the news tonight.
My pleasure.